Veligsara, a savage world under matriarchal rule. Veligsara's violent, barren landscape, jagged mountains pierce the blood-red sky, and ancient, colossal stone structures loom over sprawling cities. The harsh winds of the planet carry the smell of metal and fire. The ground is covered in dust, the air thick with tension. Alien creatures roam freely, and the warlike culture of the Veligsari is on display. In the far reaches of the galaxy lies Veligsara, a planet where survival is an art and war is a way of life. The Veligsari, a ruthless matriarchy, govern this savage world with an iron fist. Here, men are little more than laborers, their strength reduced to that of beasts of burden. Women rule with a fierce dominance, their pride and power unquestioned. They are warriors, leaders, conquerors. They see men as weak and useless, their worth measured only by their ability to toil or breed. But beneath this brutal hierarchy lies an ancient truth. The Veligsari are not invincible. The universe is vast, and there are powers untapped, lurking in places they never imagined. Captain Darius Cole, Earth's finest soldier amongst alien warriors, a starship orbiting Veligsara, a sleek, high-tech human warship, contrasting with the harsh environment outside. Inside the ship, Captain Darius Cole stands before a team of elite soldiers, preparing for the upcoming mission. His sharp gaze betrays years of battle experience. His body is a perfect mix of power and precision, his uniform a symbol of humanity's finest. Captain Darius Cole, Earth's finest warrior, his reputation precedes him, a soldier whose name is whispered with respect across the galaxy. With every mission, he proves that human strength is not just in the body, but in the mind. He is Earth's hope, the embodiment of resilience, intelligence, and unwavering willpower. Against all odds, Darius has stood at the front lines, faced impossible foes, and returned victorious. But Veligsara is different. This planet is ruled by a culture that sees him as nothing more than a fragile relic. Yet, Darius knows what they do not. Humanity's true power lies not in force, but in ingenuity. The Earth-Veligsara tensions, a meeting of mismatched equals. A grand hall aboard a neutral space station. The atmosphere is tense. The Veligsari are a formidable presence, their matriarchs exuding confidence and arrogance. They sit at one side of the massive circular table, their eyes gleaming with contempt as they glance at the humans. On the other side, the humans, led by Captain Darius Cole, stand tall, their resolve unwavering. A small murmur runs through the room. The meeting between Earth and Veligsara was inevitable, an alliance forged by necessity, but strained by an undercurrent of disdain. The Veligsari looked at the humans not with respect, but with amusement. To them, human men were weak, fragile creatures unfit to stand on the same ground as their towering, battle-hardened warriors. They scoffed at the idea of humans in their midst, their words sharp with contempt. But beneath their sneers, there was something they underestimated, a spark that would soon ignite a fire they couldn't contain. General Ixara's challenge, a test of strength and pride. A training arena on Veligsara. The ground is a brutal battleground, scorched by countless wars. General Ixara, a massive Veligsari warrior, steps forward, her armor gleaming with dark energy. Her eyes, filled with disdain, lock onto Darius, who stands ready to face whatever she throws at him. The air is thick with the weight of her challenge. General Ixara, with a sneer, "You think your Earthlings are worthy of standing with us? Prove it. A trial of strength, a contest of survival. If you survive me, you will prove Earth's worth. If not, you will die and your people will be forgotten." Darius Cole calmly with resolve, "I don't need to prove anything to you, but I will. For Earth, the challenge is set." General Ixara, a towering figure of Veligsara, is eager to crush the humans' pride and prove once again that their world, their power is unchallenged. But Darius isn't just fighting for survival. He's fighting for something greater, for humanity's place in the galaxy, for the dignity of Earth itself. Darius faces the test, The clash of cultures begins. Setting. The arena lights flicker, casting shadows across the cold stone floor. The crowd gathers. A mixture of Velixari warriors, all eager for blood. Darius steps forward, his eyes never leaving Sara. The air crackles with anticipation. He is a human, small in comparison to his alien opponent, but his confidence is unmatched. Darius knows that this fight isn't just about physical power, it's about breaking a belief held for centuries by the Velixari. They view humans as nothing more than prey. But Darius is no ordinary soldier. He knows that brute strength alone will not win this battle. His mind is his greatest weapon. As Azra charges toward him, Darius calculates every movement, every step. This is more than a test of strength. It's a test of humanity's ability to adapt, to outthink, to survive against all odds. Darius Cole, thinking to himself as he dodges a blow, they underestimate us. They always do, but they don't understand. We're not just survivors, we're creators, innovators. They'll learn that soon enough. The battle intensifies, each strike from Sara causing shockwaves through the arena. Darius fights with precision, his movements calculated and fluid. He's not just fighting for survival, he's fighting for the survival of humanity's future. The grand arena on Velixara, a vast, circular expanse of stone and steel. The air thick with anticipation. A blood-red sun hangs low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the scene. Thousands of Velixari warriors fill the stands, their eyes sharp, their faces full of contempt and curiosity. The ground is stained with the remnants of past battle. An enormous holographic display above the arena flickers, showing the faces of the challengers. The crowd murmurs in excitement. The arena of Velixara, a place where only the strongest survive, where honor is bought with blood. Here in this ancient pit of stone, only those with true strength, physical and mental, can endure. The Velixari have watched countless warriors enter this ring, but none have left with their dignity intact. The crowd, a sea of eyes full of judgment and hunger, roars with anticipation. As the next battle approaches, among the thousands watching, one name stands above the rest: Captain Darius Cole of Earth. As the noise builds, Darius steps forward, his mind clear, his pulse steady. His earthborn strength may be considered inferior by these alien eyes, but he is not here to follow their rules. He is here to change the game. Darius steps onto the arena floor, the sand beneath his boots hot and grit. On the opposite end, Commander Saria stands tall, a towering, muscular Velixari warrior, her eyes burning with disdain. She is 7 feet of pure muscle, adorned in gleaming black armor, her presence overwhelming. The crowd goes silent as she cracks her knuckles, her lips curling into a sneer. Commander Saria, a name whispered in awe, a symbol of Velixara's invincibility. She is the embodiment of everything the Velixari hold sacred: strength, dominance, and unyielding power. To her, no human could possibly match her physical prowess. She has crushed countless warriors, and today, she will make an example of this earthling. Darius faces her, standing small in comparison, but his eyes are locked onto hers. No fear, only a cold calculation. Saria grinning, voice deep and mocking. Do you truly believe you can stand against me, human? I've shattered the best warriors Velixara has to offer, and you are nothing more than a fragile, overhyped child. Darius calmly, I'm not here to prove what I can do to you. I'm here to show the galaxy what humanity can do when we have no choice but to fight. The challenge is set, a match of brawn, but one where Darius knows he must rely on something greater. The odds are stacked high against him, but the mind of a soldier is a dangerous. He understands his opponent's strength, but he also understands her weakness. Human ingenuity versus alien might. The battle begins. Saria charges forward with a terrifying speed, swinging a massive energy-infused battle axe. The force of her strikes sends shockwaves through the arena. Darius dodges, his movements swift and precise. As he dances around her attacks, his mind is working faster than his body, analyzing every motion, every opening. Saria's strength is a force of nature. Each swing of her axe could split a mountain in two. Yet Darius doesn't flinch. His body may be human, but his mind is a weapon unlike any the Velixari have encountered. As Saria's axe comes down again, Darius ducks, narrowly avoiding the deadly arc. He spots a weakness in her form, a momentary lapse in the flow of her movement. He strikes an elbow to her side, followed by a swift knee to her midsection. Saria stumbles. The crowd gasps. Saria roaring, growing enraged. "You dare?" Darius grinning, voice calm. "You underestimated me. It's not brute strength that will win this fight, but strategy, human ingenuity at its finest." While the Velixari are built for power, humans have learned to rely on their minds, and Darius, the soldier from Earth, knows how to exploit every weakness, every flaw. The odds are still against him, but his mind races, guiding his body through every attack and counterattack. The battle reaches its peak. Saria, exhausted from the relentless attacks, is beginning to show signs of fatigue. Darius, though bruised and battered, presses on. His movements become more fluid, more confident. He's playing a game of patience now, forcing Saria into mistakes. Finally, after a well-placed feint, Darius strikes. He disarms her, knocking the battle axe from her hand. With a quick move, he brings her to the ground, pinning her with a submission hold. The arena falls silent. For the first time, Saria, the unstoppable force of Velixara, is on the ground. Darius stands above her, his chest heaving, sweat dripping from his brow. The crowd is still, their disbelief palpable. They've never seen anything like this. For the first time, the Velixari realize that perhaps strength alone isn't the answer. Darius has won, not by overpowering his opponent, but by outsmarting her. Darius breathing heavily, but victorious. "You wanted a battle of strength, but I gave you a battle of brains." The Velixari crowd erupts into a mix of confusion and disbelief. Saria, humbled and defeated, struggles to stand, her pride shattered. Darius, however, remains calm, his eyes scanning the stunned faces of the Velixari. He knows that this victory will not just change the course of this battle, it will shake their entire perception of humanity. In one swift motion, Darius has shattered everything the Velixari believe to be true. Their culture, their pride, their entire worldview, all of it crumbles in the wake of his unexpected victory. The Velixari see in this human warrior something they never thought possible. But what does this mean for them? What does it mean for their sense of superiority? Saria, breathing heavily, defeated. You've humiliated me." Darius looking down at her, voice steady. "You don't get it. This wasn't about humiliating you. This was about showing you what humanity can do when we're pushed to the edge." The Velixari High Council chamber. The room is cold, sterile, with dark metallic walls. The leaders of the Velixari sit on their thrones, their expressions grim. A tense silence fills the air as they deliberate over Darius's victory. Darius' triumph has shaken the very foundation of Velix. The High Council, though forced to acknowledge the human warrior's skill, cannot accept that this inferior species could possibly be worthy of standing among them. They demand more, a further test of humanity's worth. Council leader stern, demanding, "We will not accept one victory as proof of your people's strength. Another challenge awaits. Darius Cole, prove once again that your species is more than a fleeting curiosity." The tension between the Velixari and humanity grows. The Council's pride cannot allow them to bow to Earth so easily. Darius knows the stakes are rising. The battle has only just begun, and the true test of humanity's place in the galaxy is still ahead. The brutal training grounds of Velixara, an arena carved from jagged rock and steel. The air is thick with the scent of sweat and the roar of combat. Darius stands in the center, surrounded by looming Velixari warriors, his body battered, his energy drained, his muscles ache, his mind is sharp, his resolve even sharp. He is facing another challenge in a series of relentless tests, designed to push him beyond his limits. The Velixari know nothing but strength, but today, Darius Cole will show them that strength comes in many forms. His trials are brutal, the tests seemingly impossible, each designed to break him down until there's nothing left but pain and despair. The first test, a gauntlet of towering obstacles meant to test speed and agility. Darius moves with precision, leaping over sharp-edged walls, ducking beneath heavy, crushing stones. His body screams with each impact, but his mind remains calm, calculating every move. His hands are raw, but he doesn't stop. Not when his legs burn, not when his vision blurs from exhaustion. Darius thinking, his breath ragged. Survive. Adapt. They'll break before I do. With each test, his body is pushed beyond its limits. There are no breaks, no mercy. The Valixari watch with cold, impassive eyes, but Darius knows they are seeing something they've never witnessed before. The human will, the fire that burns deep inside him. Through every obstacle, through every test of strength, agility and endurance, Darius pushes forward. The Valixari expect him to fall. He expects to fall, but what they fail to understand is that it's not just physical strength that will win him these trials. It's his mind, his ingenuity, his ability to adapt. A training yard. Late in the day, Darius, bruised and battered, sits on the ground, his breath coming in heavy gasps. Commander Saria approaches, her massive figure casting a long shadow over him. She watches him carefully, her eyes filled with an unspoken admiration. Through pain and struggle, something unexpected begins to happen. Despite the brutality of the trials, there is a shift in the eyes of the Valixari warriors. Darius is no longer just an intruder. He is becoming something more. His resilience has earned him a grudging respect, even from those who once saw him as weak. Commander Saria stands before him, her expression unreadable. She has watched him, fought alongside him, and now for the first time sees a true warrior in him. Saria gruffly, her voice heavy with admiration. You don't quit. I'll give you that. I thought you'd fall by now. Darius smiling faintly, wiping blood from his brow. I've never been one to quit, Commander. You can't break what isn't afraid to bend. Saria's gaze softens, just for a moment. She sees the human in him, the same fire, the same drive that has carried her through her own trials. In that moment, something unspoken shifts. She sees Darius as more than just a rival. She sees him as a fellow warrior, one who fights not just for survival but for a cause, for honor. But the Valixari are not quick to change their way. Saria's respect is the first crack in the ice, but it is still fragile, still dangerous. The shadows of the Valixari training ground. General Lixara, a high-ranking officer with a deep-seated hatred for Darius, watches from a distance. Her eyes narrow as she watches the human continue to defy expectations. She knows the danger he represents. He is a symbol of defiance, a threat to everything the Valixari hold dear. Saria's resentment is palpable. The human has become a thorn in her side, and she will do anything to see him fail. She has spent years climbing the ranks of Valixari society, holding tightly to their traditions and values. And now, this human, this outsider, is threatening to tear it all apart. Behind the scenes, Saria begins to manipulate the trial. She sabotages the obstacles, ensuring Darius faces even greater odds. Unseen, she shifts the platforms beneath him, triggers false alarms to disorient him. Every victory Darius earns is now tainted by her hidden interference. Saria whispering to herself, fury in her eyes. Let's see how long you last now, human. Darius senses something is off. The trials have become more brutal, more unpredictable. At times the obstacles feel engineered to break it, but he remains vigilant, his mind never straying from the task at hand. He knows that something is working against him. But Darius isn't just a soldier, he's a strategist. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and the Valixari will learn that underestimating him is the last mistake they'll make. The council hall of the Valixari, an opulent space, filled with alien designs. The leaders are gathered, discussing the growing tension caused by Darius's success. Darius stands in the center of the room,
facing not only the council but also the warriors he's come to respect. The air is thick with unspoken challenges, cultural norms and ideological battles. Darius has become more than just a soldier. He has become a voice, a challenge to the rigid, unbending beliefs of the Velixari. His presence, his strength of mind, have forced them to confront something they've never had to question: their belief in the unassailable superiority of their gender and physical might. He speaks, his voice steady, his words cutting through the tension in the room. Darius firmly, challenging. You believe in strength, I get that, but true strength doesn't come from just brute force. It's about adaptability, resilience, and the real strength of a warrior. It's in the mind, in the choices we make. Saria looking at him thoughtfully. You speak as though our culture is wrong. Darius smiling slightly. I'm saying that strength isn't just about size or gender or tradition. It's about what you're willing to fight for. I fight for something bigger than myself. The room is silent, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. Darius has sparked something, a thought, an idea that will challenge the very foundation of Velixari society. It's a dangerous notion, one that could lead to upheaval, but the seeds of doubt have been planted, and even the Velixari with all their might cannot silence the question of what true strength really is. The horizon of Velixara, a bright fiery streak cutting through the sky. Darius, along with the Velixari leaders, stands at the edge of a cliff, watching the skies darken as the invasion fleet of the Zythrax approaches. The sound of distant explosions rumbles in the air. As the trials near their end, a new threat emerges. The Zythrax, a ruthless, merciless alien faction, descend on the galaxy with an invasion force too powerful to ignore. They are a terror, their ships as black as night, their weapons capable of erasing entire planet. The Velixari are formidable, but they know the Zythrax will not be easily beaten. The fate of both Earth and Velixara now rests on the fragile alliance between these two proud races. Darius resolutely, to the leaders, we can fight them, but we'll have to trust each other, all of us. Saria glancing at Darius, her expression serious. Trust, it's a rare thing, human, but if you're right, we'll need everything you've got. The alliance is fragile, the stakes high. As the invasion force closes in, Darius realizes that the true test is not just survival. It's proving that humanity's greatest strength isn't in its warriors, but in its capacity to unite, adapt, and face the unknown together. The battle simulation chamber, a colossal, high-tech arena filled with holographic projections of war zones, alien terrain, and a simulated enemy force. The hum of energy shields and the click of weapons being loaded fill the air. Darius stands in the center, flanked by Velixari warriors, including Commander Saria. The simulation is set to test the limits of both humanity and Velixari strength, strategy, and teamwork. The final test has arrived, a trial that will push them all to the brink. Darius Cole, the human who has fought tooth and nail to earn his place among the Velixari, now faces his greatest challenge yet, a simulated war, pitting them against an overwhelming enemy force. But this isn't just about strength, this is about unity. The challenge will test their ability to work together, to adapt, and to survive. Darius to Saria, voice steady but tense. We've trained for this, Commander. We just need to hold the line and keep our heads together. Saria nodding, her voice firm. If you fail, human, it's not just your life on the line. We all fall together. The simulation begins, and the landscape shifts violently as enemy forces materialize. Darius and the Velixari warriors are thrust into chaos. Alien soldiers, war machines, and impossible odds all around them. Explosions ripple through the sky, and the ground beneath their feet trembles with each impact. Darius thinking, adrenaline surge.
Focus. Adapt. The enemy is overwhelming, but they're not invincible. Darius doesn't hesitate. He gives orders with precision, rallying the human and Velixari forces alike. Together they form a defensive line, with Darius and Saria taking the lead. Their strategy is simple but effective. Distract the enemy, target weak points, and use the environment to their advantage. Saria shouting over the noise of battle. Human, move! The left flank is exposed. Darius nodding, eyes scanning the battlefield. I've got it. Cover me. The battle rages on, and it becomes clear this is no ordinary test. The simulation's difficulty continues to escalate, pushing the team to their limits. But Darius thrives in chaos. He leads the charge, showing his fellow warriors what it means to fight with ingenuity, not just brute strength. The human and Velixari forces are in sync, moving as one. For a moment, it seems like victory is within their grasp. But the battle is far from over. Amidst the chaos of the simulation, General Exura watches from a hidden control room, her eyes narrowed as she watches Darius and the others succeed. A dark plan brews in her mind. She knows that in order to preserve the Velixari hierarchy, Darius cannot win. He must be eliminated. What no one knows is that General Exura has been working behind the scenes, pulling strings to ensure that Darius. The Velixari have tolerated him, but they will never accept him as one of their own. Not while Exura holds power. Sura, quietly, to herself watching the simulation unfold. His victory would destroy everything. The human is too dangerous. He must fall. Narration. In the shadows, Sara activates hidden sabotage protocols. She manipulates the environment, causing the terrain to shift, the enemy forces to become more relentless, and the traps to become more deadly. With each move, she seeks to fracture the unity between the human and Velixari warriors, to sow distrust and confusion. Darius shouting as the terrain shifts. Unexpectedly, this isn't part of the simulation. We've got an unknown variable. Saria, eyes narrowing, noticing the subtle changes in the battlefield. Someone's tampering with the system. We need to find out who. The battlefield becomes a labyrinth of shifting obstacles, false alarms, and unexpected attack. Darius realizes that the stakes are even higher than he thought. This is no longer a simple training exercise. Someone is trying to kill him, and the entire team with him. The battle reaches its breaking point. Darius is injured, his team on the brink of collapse, but he refuses to give up. With Commander Saria at his side, he uncovers the true source of the sabotage, General Exura. The revelation sends shockwaves through the Velixari leadership. In the heat of battle, Darius sees the truth. Sara's manipulation is no accident. She has been working behind the scenes to bring them all to the brink of defeat. But Darius is no fool. He has faced too many odds to be defeated by betrayal. Darius gritting his teeth, blood dripping from a cut above his brow. We need to expose her. Saria hesitant, but resolute. If we do that, Sara will destroy us all. She's too powerful. Darius determined. Then we'll use her own tricks against her. We turn the tables. Darius and Saria hatch a daring plan. They know they can't win by force alone. They need to outsmart Sara, turn her sabotage into their advantage. Using his tactical genius, Darius creates a false opening, luring Sara into a trap of her own making. With a carefully timed strike, they expose her betrayal to the Velixari leadership. The shock is immediate. Saria shouting to the Velixari leaders, Sara's treachery is the reason we're losing. She's been sabotaging the simulation from the start. The Velixari are stunned, and in that moment, the balance of power shifts. Sara's reputation is shattered. The Velixari warriors, once loyal to her, now hesitate. Darius and Saria have turned the tide, not just with weapons, but with their minds. Just as Darius and the Velixari prepare to regroup after their hard-earned victory, an alarm blares across the command center. The sky above Velixara darkens as a fleet of alien ships, the Zariads, emerge from the void, their weapons primed. The invasion has begun. Before they can savor their triumph, an even greater threat looms. The Zariads, an alien race known for their ruthlessness, their ships blot out the stars, and their weapons are unlike anything the Velixari have ever seen. Darius staring at the looming invasion fleet. We've fought to survive this far, but now, survival means more than just us. The Zariads, they're not here to negotiate. Saria, eyes hardening, her voice cold. We'll fight them together, human and Velixari united. It's the only chance we have. The battle for survival begins. The Zariads are formidable, but the Velixari have never faced an enemy like this. The stakes have never been higher. Darius knows that the key to survival now lies not in their weapons, but in their unity. the heart of the battle. Darius leads the charge, the Veluxari warriors fighting alongside the humans. The battlefield is a chaotic mess of laser fire, explosions, and desperate survival. But there is a spark, human and Veluxari working together, fighting side by side. The true power of unity is revealed. Humans and Veluxari, once divided by their differences, now fight together with a singular purpose. Darius leads them with unwavering determination, his heart burning with the hope that together they can overcome the Zaryads. Darius shouting over the chaos, "This isn't just about winning, it's about surviving together." Zarya gripping her weapon, eyes locked on the enemy. "Then we fight, human, for everything we have." Through the fire and bloodshed, something incredible happens. The Zaryads, once thought unbeatable, begin to falter. The human and Veluxari alliance, born out of necessity, proves to be the key to victory. Against all odds, they secure an unlikely triumph, a victory that forever alters the future of both civilizations. A quiet, somber moment in the aftermath of the battle. The battle-ravaged city of Veluxari is now still, but the air is thick with change. Darius stands among a group of Veluxari leaders, his presence both unusual and commanding in this alien society. The Veluxari, traditionally a race driven by their physical might, now find themselves looking at the human, this outsider who has forced them to question everything they believed in. The dust of the battlefield hasn't even settled, and yet the world of the Veluxari is already beginning to shift. Darius Cole, the human who once seemed so insignificant in their eyes, now stands as a symbol of something greater, a leader, a force of change. His tactical brilliance, his unwavering belief in unity, and his ability to adapt have left an indelible mark on the Veluxari. They are forced to reckon with the very foundation of their society, one that values strength above all else. Darius speaking to a group of Veluxari leaders, his tone calm but resolute. Strength is more than just power, more than just weapons. It's in how we use our minds, how we fight together. It's in unity. Darius's words echo in the minds of those who listen. His actions have forced the Veluxari to reevaluate their approach to warfare, to leadership, and to survival. The rigid hierarchies they once held so dear are beginning to crack. Darius, with his unrelenting courage and innovative strategies, has shown them a new path, one where strength is no longer solely defined by physical might, but by adaptability, intelligence, and unity. Leader Velut Ritha addressing the others, visibly conflicted. "We have been blind to the true nature of power. This human has shown us a way we never imagined." A quiet revolution begins, not through force but through thought. The Veluxari are changing, and Darius, whether he knows it or not, has sparked a movement that will forever alter the course of their society. A moment of solitude in the Veluxari command center. Commander Zarya, once fiercely loyal to Veluxari traditions, stands alone, reflecting on the battles after. She watches Darius from a distance, this human who has so dramatically shifted the balance of power. Her thoughts are filled with doubt and revelation. Commander Zarya, a warrior who has spent her life defining herself by her strength, stands at a crossroad. The battle was won, yes, but not in the way she had expected. Darius, with his cunning mind and compassion, has turned the tide, proving that strength alone cannot win every war. Her admiration for his skills grows, and so does her respect for the power he wields, not in brute force but in something far deeper. Zarya, thinking to herself, watching Darius interact with the Veluxari soldiers, what is true power? Is it in the weapons we wield, or the minds we shape? He fights with something I never thought to value: empathy, adaptability, strategy. Zarya has always believed that the strongest among them should lead, that strength in combat was the only measure of worth. But now she finds herself questioning that belief. Darius has shown her that power is not just in taking lives, but in saving them. It's in thinking ahead, in understanding others. It's in the unity he creates, the trust he builds. Zarya quietly to herself, a new conviction in her voice. True power, it lies in what we build together, not what we destroy. The commander has been changed, and the transformation is profound. Zarya's eyes now see beyond the rigid traditions of her people. The old ways are no longer enough. True strength lies in the heart, the mind, and the spirit. And Darius, human, outsider, leader has shown her this truth. The first meeting between Earth and Velixaria's leadership, now forged in the fires of battle. Representatives from both sides stand in a large chamber, surrounded by holographic displays of planetary systems and potential threats. The atmosphere is tense but also hopeful. Earth and Velixaria are ready to form a new alliance, one built on the lessons they've learned together. The fires of war have forged a bond between two unlikely allies. Earth and Velixaria, once separate and distrustful, now stand united against the unknown. Their shared struggle against the Zythrax has created an unbreakable bond, a partnership built not just on survival, but on mutual respect. Darius addressing the gathered leaders, his voice firm. We've learned the value of working together, of trusting one another. Earth and Velixaria have both suffered losses, but we've gained something far more valuable. Each other. Saria standing beside Darius, her voice steady but with a new edge of conviction. Together, we can face anything. The Zythrax are only the beginning. Our strength lies in the unity we've built. New technologies, strategies, and ideas flow between the two species, as both Earth and Velixaria contribute their unique strengths. Humans bring their adaptability and ingenuity, while the Velixaria offer their advanced technologies and warrior culture. The result is a partnership that makes them a force to be reckoned with in the galaxy. Leader Velith nodding in agreement. The future of our worlds is no longer written in the stars. It is written in our actions. We will stand together. The alliance is solidified, and the two species prepare to face whatever challenges lie ahead together. The Zythrax are not the only threat in the galaxy, but with their combined strength, Earth and Velixaria are ready for whatever comes next. The final moments between Darius and the Velixaria leadership. Darius stands before them, an offer of military advisor laid before him. His expression is conflicted, but determined. The weight of the decision is clear on his face. Darius Cole, the human who once stood at the edge of this world, now stands at its heart. He has earned the respect of the Velixaria, and they offer him a position of immense power, military advisor to their people. He has proven himself not only a warrior, but a leader, someone capable of changing the course of history. Darius addressing the council, his voice calm but resolute. This is an honor, but my place is back on Earth. I've fought beside you, learned from you, and shared in your victory. But the world I came from still needs me. It's a choice that weighs heavily on his heart. The Velixaria have become family, but his true home is Earth. The offer before him represents the peak of his achievements, a position of power that would forever change his future. But Darius knows that his purpose is not to lead as a foreigner, but to return home and bring the lessons he has learned to his people. Darius, turning to Saria, a final nod of understanding. My legacy here will not be in titles or power. It will be in what we built together. You will continue to change, to grow. I'll carry that with me. With those final words, Darius steps away from the life that could have been his. He leaves Velixaria, knowing that humanity's greatest strength lies not in the victories they win, but in their resilience, their ability to adapt, and their unyielding spirit. As he leaves, the Velixaria watch him go, not with regret, but with respect. Darius Cole, the human who shattered their worldview, has changed them forever. Earth, a few months after the events on Velixaria. Darius returns to Earth, greeted as a hero. The celebration is grand. Parades, speeches, and awards. But Darius stands apart from the crowd, his thoughts far away from the glory. His eyes look toward the horizon, as though he is still on another world, still thinking of the Velixaria and the lessons learned. The celebrations on Earth are grand. Heroes don't return home quietly. They are paraded through streets, hailed as the saviors of their people. Darius Cole, however, does not bask in the spotlight. The applause, the speeches, the medals, they mean little to him. What he fought for wasn't a victory over enemies, but a victory over the very way others viewed the world. Darius to a fellow officer, speaking quietly as the crowds cheer. It wasn't just about winning a war. It was about changing how they see each other, how they see. We didn't just fight, we taught. Darius, standing on Earth's soil once again, realizes that his true triumph lies not in the medals or the recognition, but in the minds and hearts of the Velix. His legacy is not of battles fought and enemies vanquished, but of peace forged through understanding. The Velixaria were a proud species, bound by old ways.
Darius showed them a different path, one of unity, adaptability, and shared strength. Darius, gazing out over the horizon, his voice distant but resolute. I may never see the changes I started, but I know they will come, and that's enough. In the quietest moments, away from the cheers and fanfare, Darius knows that his real victory is the future he has helped shape. A future where peace is not just a dream, but a new reality for two worlds, forever changed by the touch of humanity. Back on the Veluxari training grounds, Commander Sarya oversees a new generation of warriors, male and female, side by side, training together. The atmosphere is different now. The once rigid societal roles have been altered. The training methods have shifted. There is an air of equality and cooperation. Where once there was division, Veluxari is changing. The battle may have ended, but the true transformation is only beginning. Commander Sarya, now a leader in more ways than one, stands before a group of young Veluxari warriors. In her eyes, a new fire burns. A fire ignited by the lessons of a human outsider. No longer are the roles of gender and strength so rigid. Both male and female warriors now train together, side by side as equals. Commander Sarya, addressing the recruits, her tone firm but encouraging. You are not defined by your gender. You are defined by your intellect, your adaptability, your unit. Strength is not in what you can destroy, but in what you can build together. Sarya's words are not just rhetoric. They are the foundation of a new world. In the fields where warriors once battled for dominance, now there is a quiet cooperation. The traditional notion of power, of physical strength above all else, has been replaced with a new ideal, a power rooted in unity, intellect, and a deep respect for each other. Sarya, pausing to look at the young recruits, her voice soft but resolute. We fight together, not as separate entities, but as one. Remember that our strength lies in our ability to adapt and change. Under Sarya's leadership, the Veluxari are no longer bound by old tradition. The battle for equality and unity has begun, and it will ripple across their society for generations to come. A new era of Veluxari has dawned, one where strength is measured by cooperation, not competition. The command center on Earth, the mood tense despite the fragile peace. The holographic displays flicker with data, stars, planets, and fleets. But there is a new anomaly on the radar, a dark, ominous presence that wasn't there before. Earth and Veluxari, united, are preparing for a new chapter. But something else is out there, lurking in the darkness. The galaxy is quiet, too quiet. The war against the Zythrax is over. But in the silence, something else stirs, far beyond the reaches of the systems. The two species know. A dark force, older and more enigmatic than the Zythrax, begins to move. It is a presence unlike any other, powerful and unknown. Its motives hidden in the shadows. Darius, watching the data on the holographic screen, his face shadowed with concern. This isn't over, is it? Sarya, standing beside him, her expression hard yet weary. No, whatever this is, it's unlike anything we've faced, and it's coming for us. The peaceful alliance between Earth and Veluxari, forged through blood and sacrifice, stands at the precipice of something dark. The threat looms, not just from the edges of space, but from the very unknown that both species fear and wonder about. The galaxy is no longer a place of simple survival. It is a place where every ally could become an enemy, where every unknown could hold the key to either salvation or destruction. Darius, to Sarya, a sense of resolve settling in. Then we prepare. We face whatever comes next, together. A storm is brewing, a threat greater than anything Darius or the Veluxari could have predicted. But now, united by the lessons of the past, they are ready. The alliances they've forged will be tested. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. They will face it, side by side. Humanity's greatest weapon is not just its strength, but its unyielding will to survive. The stage is set for the next battle, and it will be a fight unlike any before.